Me and him been sparring, man.
Have you? Is he good?
He can bang, bro.
That's what I'm hoping he knocks him out because he needs to be on social media.
He
Do you know what I
can. We've been drilling. He's been looking good in the gym. So yeah, expect a performance.
Yeah. Some say he's a prodigy, some say he's a future world champion in the making. All we know is it's Awais Hussain. How are you doing, my friend?
My brother, how you doing?
I'm very good, but this is about you. Let's go back to the start, the nitty gritty. You said you started out boxing, how old?
I was 12 years old when I first started boxing.
Right. How has that journey been? Now you're 28 years into the game.
Yeah, 8 years into the game. You know, I've been established at the top of the amateur, rankings for a long time now. So, you know, I'm in London now, training with my coach Sani-That, and we've had a successful season so far. I'm currently ranked number 3 in the elite rankings at 48 kilograms. National champion, 4-time regional champion, box cup champion. You know, we're just focused on getting with the accolades.
Of course, there's a long list of accolades there. You could have carried on. I thought I was listening to Apollo Creed's entrance when he's in Rocky about the King of Stin, the Count of Monte Cristo, all that sort of stuff. But you're talking about flyweight. Obviously, you said you're 48 kgs. What's the grand plan? What's the big stage for you? Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
In the next couple of years, inshallah, I see myself being at the top of my weight class, being established. You know, there's not a lot of noise in the light flyweight division and the flyweight division. Obviously, now you're getting a big fight with Sani-That and Rodriguez. You know, 2 people who I admire a lot and I study. So I feel like now there's a resurgence in kind of like the lower weights of boxing. So my goal is to kind of be the face of the light flyweight division, inshallah, in the future. You know, just continuing on building my craft, perfecting my craft, have a busy season ahead, inshallah, as well. So I'm just focused on making statements.
Of course,
mate. I want to talk, but I like to.
But I think it's always good to be humble. Yeah. You know, there's a fighter in England, Anthony Joshua. A big part of his whole persona is being humble, and I think there's a reason why people draw to him, and I think that's the case with you as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the fact that I'm a Muslim, so as well, so I know that this nothing I have now is me. It's all from Allah. So that's something that kind of keeps me grounded, and you know, I strive to be the best I can be when it comes to being a Muslim, as a fighter, as a person as well, and to really be a representation of kind of where I'm coming from and the people that surround myself with. So that's my goal, to kind of take over everything. But yeah, big season ahead, inshallah.
Big season ahead, and let's talk about this season ahead then. Yeah. What fights have you got lined up going into, let's say, until summer 2024, for example?
So we got a lot of championships coming up. You know, we've got championships around the start of 2024. Then we've got a lot of box cups as well. I was recently in the Hanover box cup as well, and I feel like that's where I really made a statement in terms of that I boxed 2 international Irish boys. I won in the semi-finals against a good lad from Ireland. Was on the end of a tight decision on the final against a very good lad as well. But came across and I learned a lot from those fights, and in my next fight I was able to win the Riviera Box Cup in Devon. So it shows that kind of the stages and the level I'm going up slowly and slowly. And now it's all about just kind of keep doing what I'm doing. I'm in the gym 365 days of the year, 24/7. Ask anyone if they want to find me. I'm at TKO Boxing. You know, we've got someone on the card that's fighting, very good brother of mine, Tam. He's been putting in the work with us. He's been pushing me in the gym. So on that end, expect a big performance because he's been in the gutter with us. So he's been putting the work in. But that's how we are, man. We don't cheat. We don't do nothing. We don't take days off. We're in the gym. We're just focused. And as I said, I'm a representation of my coach, Sani-That. So that's how I look at it.
Of course. And obviously, you mentioned the flyweight division. You look up to Sonny Edwards, Bam Bam as well. Obviously, looking at fighters who came from lower weight classes, there were some fighters like Manny Pacquiao, for example, Rung Sivai as well. What fighters did you grow up admiring, and who do you still admire now?
Right now, my favourite probably is Inoue, because I like the way he's gone up the divisions. He started off at light flyweight, then moved up to I think it was junior bantam, then super bantam, and he's my favourite right now. But if you want to know my all-time favourite, across the whole of boxing, I have to say, for me personally, is Gervonta Davis. That guy, for me, is my favourite, not only for his exciting style in the ring, but kind of like the way he was able to overcome all the obstacles that he went through in life. He had a really tough upbringing, and I feel like that's something that I took from and I admire and kind of stuck with me. So I'm a big Gervonta Davis fan. So he's my guy right now.
He is of course. And I'm pretty sure you must be happy that he obviously won his fight against Ryan Garcia a couple of months ago. That was a big match.
I feel like Ryan Garcia is a great fighter. And I feel like Tank really showed his levels in that fight. So yeah, and for me, the way I look at it is it's just more film for me to study.
Of course.
So all I do is just watch boxing, you know, take bits from this fight, that fight, put it in a box, model out, and that's what I come out with. You know, take bits from each fight. Just really to be a student of the game.
Of course, and you know, you mentioned student of the game as well, and you obviously mentioned Tank and the adversity he's been through. Have you been through some adversity? Not necessarily like Tank, because it was a lot different life in Baltimore, but have you been through a tough upbringing or tough stage in your life that you've kind of looked upon and used something that Tank has used, for example?
I would say 2020 was probably the hardest.
Is that because of COVID or?
Because of COVID, but also because I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, a lot of issues in my hometown, kind of like, like just beef.
Incidents, yeah, right? Yeah.
So that's something that kind of shaped me and molded me into the way I am right now. So I'm thankful for it, but that was probably like the hardest time that kind of I had in my life, but it's built me into kind of being strong and smart right now. And yeah, I think that was probably something that I used from Tank.
Obviously, next year is 2024. We all know what happens every 4 years. A special event, you might have heard of it, the Olympics.
Yeah.
Do you have aspirations of going to the Olympics?
If I'm honest with you, if I get to the Olympics, then it's just an added bonus. My focus right now is to be a solid pro and kind of get the experience I need and go on and really just conquer everything in the pro game. I feel like the amateur game and the professional game are two completely different sports. So the ability, I'm grateful and I'm going to strive to kind of get anything I want, but my focus is going to the pro game. So if Olympics come, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. My goal is just to get experience, get all my accolades and go forward.
Of course, and when are you planning on going pro? When, I know you can't really put a date and stamp it, but when do you think you'll go pro?
If you want me to be totally honest with you, inshallah, I think it's in the next couple of years. Right now, my main focus is racking up more accolades, racking up the experience, but no later than 2022. No later than that.
So 2 years, if that.
Yeah. So just gotta stay focused, gotta stay in the gym, gotta listen to my coach Steve. He's someone that really has had a big impact on me as well. And I generally wouldn't think I'd be in the position I'm in right now without him. So big shout out to coach and everyone at TKO. Everyone's pushing me. We just had 3 boys win the London Championship.
Wow.
So seeing them win added motivation for me to kind of go ahead and win further and do my thing as well. So.
And of course, I think it's really refreshing to see that you have that community spirit within TKO gym, right? Obviously, you've got Tam as well fighting there, who will be on CSL 7 as well. Also, you mentioned your coach as well, and there's one famous fighter, he must be on the wall over there, Mike Tyson. His trainer was Cus DeMar, you had a very beautiful relationship with. It sounds like you've got, I'm not saying something similar to Mike and Cus, but Steve obviously has been a massive, help to you in terms of your career. What one piece of advice have you learned from him that you'd wish to tell everyone out there watching this interview, for example?
I can sit here for hours and just tell you everything that Steve has kind of helped me with and kind of made me, but I think the one thing that Steve kind of taught me is kind of the ability to kind of adapt to my environment and kind of just to be on point with any little thing I do and kind of just be the best version of myself I could possibly be. So, I know I said one thing, but I just named 3 things. But I can't, say enough about my coach. Kind of, I feel like, you'd understand that, behind every strong person is a strong team. And
True.
For me, like, my coach is kind of essential. And of course, my mom, my dad, they've been with me for everything. So, and my good close friends as well. So, I'm just really blessed. I've got a lot of good people around me. See, Ali's helping me.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of good brothers around me. So my focus is just to kind of make them proud.
Of course.
Get to where I need to get to.
I mean, you're definitely making them proud, that's for sure. And obviously, this humble aspect of you is, I can definitely feel it kind of reinvigorating from like this conversation. And obviously, you mentioned friends. One of your friends is fighting on CSL 7, Tam. Sounds like he's been working very hard in the gym. It looks like he has as well. What does he do on October 14th in his fight?
He gets a clean knockout, inshallah. Matt Burton is going down. I think Tam is going to catch him. Tam's been looking strong in sparring. I've even moved around with him and he's looking really good in sparring, so I can't wait. And I also want to give another shout out to another team member, He's actually my nutritionist. I don't know if you know Darwood, magician.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
So he's been so Tan's been having Donna.
Yeah.
I've been having dal. So he's giving me
Beautiful.
lentils and dal, and kind of made me strong. So yeah.
Listen, lentils are great. You have it in the Gurdwara all the time. You know, they're always beautiful. The langar, all that sort of stuff. It's very good, healthy food.
Yeah.
But obviously, the big event is obviously October the 14th.
Yes.
What is your final message to everyone watching about that event?
Tune in, you know, CSL never disappoints. It's going to be a big night of boxing. Myself's going to be there, Tam's going to be there, Dawood's going to be there, everyone's going to be there. And I just can't wait for a great night. You know, shout out to Ali, shout out to the whole CSL team. Shout out to Sani, you know, amazing work. So it's going to be a great night on the 14th. Make sure you tune in.
It's going to be a great night. You don't want to miss it. I will be there, you'll be there, Awais will be there, and we'll see you October the 14th. That was sick, man. That was sick. That was sick. That was sick. That was sick.
That was my first,
You smashed it.
yeah.
Composed. You didn't stutter.